I'm Patrick with Suarez Physical Therapy. We're here at the Fitness Artist, and today we're going to talk about 5 tips to help you maintain a healthy back. First movement we're going to talk about is the pelvic tilt. This one rocks the pelvis forward and back to help engage your core. So what we're going to do is the ground. So we're going to get down on the floor here, just laying on your back, feet flat, knees bent. What we're going to focus on is trying to push that low back into the ground to tighten up our abdominals. This rounds our low back and gets our core contracted. You're going to do that for about 5 seconds, and then you're going to relax, and you're actually going to arch your back away from the floor to create a little bit of a curve going into extension. Hold that for a couple seconds and then repeat. You want to do this about 8 to 10 times with that contraction and that hold. So it should look a little bit like this. Second movement we're talking about is the hip bridge or the glute bridge. What we want to do with this movement is really engage the glutes to lengthen the front side of that hip. And we're going to do this one on the ground, right? So getting back on the floor, feet are going to be flat again, laying flat on your back. What we're trying to do is we're trying to squeeze the glutes to lift the hips up as high as we can towards the ceiling. We're trying to get some length through the front of our hip as we're contracting through our glutes. We'll hold this position just for a second or two, and then we come back down and repeat. Now you might feel it a little bit in your hamstrings, you'll feel it a little bit in your glute. The idea is to lift as high as you can while squeezing back down. So the third exercise we're talking about is our spine rotation. It's going to get your upper back and your lower back. So what we want to do is get down on one side. So I'm going to lay down on my left side here. I'm going to try and protect my neck a little bit by getting my hand underneath there. I'm going to bring the knees up almost 90 degrees. If it's not comfortable, you can go a little bit lower. But I want to bring them up about 90 degrees. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this top arm and we're going to rotate away. And the goal is to try and keep your knees together and down, right? And getting to reach as far as you can. You're going to hold that for about 5 seconds, and then you'll rotate back. If you have a shoulder issue, instead of rotating all the way open, what I'd ask you to do is you're actually just going to slide your hand across your chest as you open up. And then you're going to rotate back. This exercise is going to be done on both sides. The fourth exercise is hamstring mobility. And it's not just a regular hamstring stretch. It's actually going to activate your core, your hip flexors a little bit, and get some mobility in your pelvis. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a wall. And you're going to get one leg up on the wall. And all I want to feel is a light to mild stretch on this leg. You're going to get your toes pointing towards you. And then on your down leg, it's going to be nice and straight, your toes pointing towards you as well. Knees are going to be straight. You're going to relax your head down on the floor, tightening up through your core. You're going to raise that down leg even to the leg on the wall. So now I feel a little bit of a stretch in both. And then I'm going to slowly lower, tap my heel, and come right back up. So you're going to repeat this on the left side, and then I would switch sides on the wall to make my right leg the down leg and my left leg the up leg. The fifth exercise is our plank series. We want to do front plank and side planks in order to get the strength all the way around the core. So a front plank, as most of you know, you can do on your hands or your elbows. I'm going to do it on my elbows here. Just trying to maintain a good spine and holding that until you fatigue. Once you start to shake and fatigue, then you can drop your knees and be ready for your next rep. The side plank, you're going to move to your side here. You're going to make sure that that elbow is right underneath that shoulder to protect your shoulder. You're going to get your top foot slightly in front of your bottom foot, and you're going to try and lift those hips up away from the floor. If this is too tough, you're going to drop your knees down, and you do a modified side plank, still holding up, still keeping that elbow underneath that shoulder, but you're going to bend your knees at a 90-degree angle behind you so that your knees, your hips, and your shoulders are all in line. And again, we want to hold this until fatigue or until you really start feeling that shake and that burn. You hold for a couple more seconds and then you relax. You just saw 5 basic exercises to help maintain a healthy low back. Each exercise is prescribed differently based on your individual needs. So if you have a question on sets or reps, please leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel for future tips.